بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Maeda, the 5th chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 120 verses. Please listen to verse 3.
حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به والمنخنقة والموقوذة والمتردية والنطيحة وما أكل السبع إلا ما ذكيتم وما ذبح على النصب وأن تستقسموا بالأزلام ذلكم فسق. اليوم يئس الذين كفروا من دينكم فلا تخشوهم واخشون. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. فمن اضطر في مخمصة غير متجانف لإثم فإن الله غفور رحيم.
Forbidden to you is that which dies of itself, which is meat, والدم and blood, ولحم الخنزير and flesh of swine, وما أهل لغير الله به, and that on which any other name than that of Allah has been invoked. وما أهل لغير الله به. Until here, in previous section, we talked and we explained. But today, Allah says, وَالْمُنْخَنِقَةِ. The 5th of the items that are forbidden, and Allah mentioned in this verse, is al-munkhaniqah. It means and the strangled animal. Wal-mawghuzah. It means and that beaten to death. It was common for some people in the time of Jahiliyyah, in the time of ignorance, that when they wanted to use the flesh of sheep or cow, they were beating them to death. They were putting between two pieces of woods and they were pressing them, or they were bothering them. They were beating by stones or something like that. This is mawghuzah, and in Islam it is forbidden. Allah mentioned one by one because some of them was common. And Allah wants to say that if you want to use the flesh of animals, livestock, they should be slaughtered in Islamic way. Then Allah says, وَالْمُتَرَدِّيَةِ. Mutaraddiya, it means the one that is killed by a fall, something which is will be thrown will fall down by itself from the upstairs, from the roof, and it will die, or somebody else will throw them away and they will die. So we have understood that munkhaniqah, it means strangled, and mawghuzah, it means the one that will be beaten to death. Wal-mutaraddiyah, it means the one that will be killed by a fall. Fall, as I said, by somebody or by itself. Fall down from the roof and dies, from the mountain and dies. This will be haram to eat. It is forbidden. وَالنَّطِيحَةِ, Natiha also is forbidden. It means that killed by being smitten with the horn. It was common also among some people when they wanted to use the flesh of some sheep or some cows, they were bringing two cows or two sheep to fight with each other to death. And one of them was going to die because of the horn of the other one. Allah says if cow or sheep or something like that, camels will be beaten by horn to death and will die because of that, it is natiha and it is forbidden in Islam to use such a things, to use the flesh of such an animal. Then Allah says, وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبُعُ, the other one, and that which wild beasts have eaten. Sometimes the dog, for example, sometimes other kinds of animal will go and attack the sheep, the cow, the camels, and will kill a little of their body and they die. It is ma akala sabu, something that the sabu, it means the animals which are wild animals, wild beasts, will attack them and eat a little of that and leave the rest. The rest of that animal is forbidden to eat. Although it is camel, it is sheep, but since it is not slaughtered in Islamic way, it is forbidden. Allah says, وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبُعُ إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ. وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبُعُ, it means some animals that are eaten by other kinds of animals. It is forbidden. Then Allah says, إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ, unless what you slaughtered. Some scholars says, unless some that you slaughtered only goes back to the last one, last sentence, which is ma akala sabu. It means some animals that are eaten by the wild beast, wild animals, will not allowed and are not lawful unless you reach there before their death and you slaughter them. This is true, but there is another idea that this exception will go back to all previous sentences, which is true, and this is better idea and accepted by Shia scholars. A scholar says from the previous one, والموغوذة موغوذة, also the one which will be beaten if it didn't die, but it is injured. And mutaraddiyah, the one that fell down from the up. والنطيهة, the one which is injured by horn and will die by that. But before that, if you reach and you slaughter them, it is allowed in Islam. So we can say that illa ma zakaytum, except some of them that are slaughtered by you, goes back to all of them. All previous examples, if you reach them, although they fall down, they are injured, they are beaten by horn, by stones, by something else, but before their death, if you reach a few seconds before their death, still they are alive. If you reach them and slaughter them in Islamic way, it is allowed to use them. إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ. Then Allah says, وَمَا ذُبِحَ عَلَى النُّصُبِ, and what is sacrificed on a stone set up for idols. Nusub are the plural, and it means some stones. If we kill the animals because of the stones, because in that time, in the time of Jahiliyyah ignorance, they were putting some stones around Masjid al-Haram, around Kaaba, and they were respecting these stones. They were killing the sheep or cows to respect the stones, and they were rubbing some blood of the sheep or cow to the stones. They are nusub. Because of the nusub, or toward the nusub, or to respect the nusub, all of them. So nusub are the idols that they were worshipping, they were giving respect, but they didn't have shapes. Usually idols had a shape, but nusab only are stones that have no shapes by itself. Allah says, وَمَا ذُبِحَ لِلنُّصَبِ. It means what is sacrificed on stones set up for idols, they are forbidden. So should be slaughtered only for God, because of the God, with the name of the God. وَأَن تَسْتَقْسِمُوا بِالْأَزْلَامِ ذَلِكُمْ فِسْقٌ. Inshallah, in next section, I'm going to talk about it. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.